where m is a natural number. Okay, any Pythagorean triplet will be of this form where m is a natural number. Okay, so we'll use this formula in order to find out our Pythagorean triplet. Let us look at the first problem that I have solved here. And remember, in this triplet, in this formula, obviously m square plus 1 is the highest number. Is the highest number. Okay. So let's see this problem. Find a Pythagorean triplet whose smallest number is 8. Okay, let's see. Now, we start by saying any Pythagorean triplet is of the form 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1. Okay, where obviously m square plus 1 is the highest number. Now, it is said in this question that whose smallest number is 8. Now, smallest number 8 means either this can be the smallest number or this can be the smallest number. So we have two cases. Okay, case 1, when m square minus 1 is the smallest number. When m square plus 1 is the smallest number, that is m square minus 1 is equal to 8. Either this case, okay, or when 2m is equal to 8. We'll consider that case later. Okay, but let us consider, suppose m square minus 1 is the smallest number. Therefore, m square minus 1 must be equal to 8 because that Pythagoras triplet contains 8 as the smallest number. Okay, so therefore, m square minus 1 is equal to 8 means m square must be equal to 8 plus 1. That is m square is equal to 9. That means m must be equal to 3. Okay. Now I have found out the value of m here. Considering m square minus 1 is the smallest number. Therefore, what are the other numbers? Therefore, what are the other numbers? The other numbers are 2m and m square plus 1. Therefore, what is 2m? 2 into the value of m that we have found out, 3, which is 6. And what is the third number? The highest number? M square plus 1, which is equal to 3 square plus 1, which is equal to 9 plus 1, which is equal to 10. So what is the triplet? Therefore, the triplet is, the Pythagorean triplet is triplet is 2m, which is your 6. Then you have m square minus 1, which is equal to 8. And lastly, m square plus 1, which you have found to be 10. Okay, this is your triplet. But here it is said that the smallest number must be 8. In this triplet, is 8 the smallest number? No. In fact, here 6 is the smallest number. So what this case is not possible because we are getting 6 as the smallest number. We assumed m square minus 1 to be 8, the smallest number, but actually we are getting 6 as the smallest number. Since 6 is the smallest number here, therefore case 1 is rejected. That means m square cannot be equal to 8. Case 1 is rejected. So we now move on to case 2. When And I told you either m square minus 1 can be the smallest number or 2m can be the smallest number. So when we now consider 2m to be the smallest number, when 2m is the smallest number, that is 2m is equal to 8. So therefore 2m is equal to 8 means m must be equal to 8 by 2, which is equal to 4. Now we have got the value of m. So what are the other numbers in this case? The other numbers in this case are m square minus 1 and m square plus 1. So let us find the other numbers. Therefore, what is m square minus 1? It is 4 square minus 1, which is 16 minus 1 equal to 15. And third, the highest number, m square plus 1 is 4 square plus 1, which is 16 plus 1 equal to 17. So therefore, what is the triplet here? Therefore, the required Pythagorean triplet is Therefore, the required Pythagorean triplet is 2m. 2m we have taken as 8. So this is 8. M square minus 1. M square minus 1, the value we have found out to be 15. And m square plus 1, we found out to be 17. Now see, in this triplet, 8 is the smallest number. So therefore, this is our required triplet. So we will not accept case 1. We will not accept this triplet. We will accept this triplet because the question says to find such a triplet in which the smallest number is 8. Okay. Move on to the next one. Find a Pythagorean triplet whose one number is 12. One number. This time they have not said the smallest number or the highest number. They have said any one of the three numbers is 12. We will start by saying any Pythagorean triplet is of the form 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1. Now according to this question, any of the numbers, any one number is 12. So it can be either 2m equal to 12 or m square equal to 12 or m square plus 1 equal to 12. So we consider the various cases. Case 1. Let us consider m square minus 1 when m square minus 1 is equal to 12. Let's see what happens. Therefore, m square minus 1 equal to 12 means m square is equal to 13. That means m must be equal to square root of 13. But square root of 13, is it a natural number? No, it is a decimal number, right? But m must be a natural number. But m must be a natural number. Therefore, case 1 is rejected. Let us consider the next case. The next case is when m square plus 1 is equal to 12. That is when this number is equal to 12. Then what happens? Therefore, m square plus 1 equal to 12 means m square is equal to 11. 12 minus 1. That means m is equal to square root 11. Again, is square root 11 a natural number? No. But m must be a natural number.
Nah.
Therefore, case 2 is also rejected. The only case that is left here is The only case that is left here is which number? We have considered m square is equal minus 1 is equal to 12. M square plus 1 is equal to 12 we have considered. The only number that is left is 2m. So we'll consider these
2m.
three. When 2m is equal to 12. So therefore 2m is equal to 12 means m is equal to 12 by 6. That means m must be equal to 2, isn't it? So if m is equal to 2, and let's see what happens. Sorry, m is equal to 6. 12 by 6. Again I made a mistake. 12 by 2. So m must be equal to 6. Okay. So therefore what are the other numbers? M square. What are the other numbers in the triplet? M square minus 1 is the other number. We'll find out the value of m square minus 1. M square minus 1 is equal to 6 square minus 1. M we have found out to be 6. 6 square minus 1, which is 36 minus 1 equal to 35. And what is the third number that is left? The highest number, m square plus 1. So let's see what that m square plus 1 is. M square plus 1 is 6 square plus 1, which is 36 plus 1 equal to 37. So therefore, what is the required triplet? Required Pythagorean triplet is 2m. 2m we have taken as 12. M square minus 1, 35. And m square plus 1, which is 37. Okay. So this is how you find out Pythagorean triplets. Okay. I've given you two problems also in your assignments of Pythagorean triplet. So we'll do this problem a little later. Okay. Now I start with the assignments. This is the first part of your classwork. Okay. And either tomorrow or today I will send you the second part of this classwork also. That is your square roots. The second part of the classwork which deals with your square roots. Okay. But to start with, I still have 5 minutes time. I think I can solve one problem here in the assignments. So this is your assignment questions. Okay. First question: show that the following numbers are perfect squares. You need to show that 3025 is a perfect square. So how do you show 3025 to be a perfect square? You use the property that any square number can be expressed as a product of pairs of equal primes. So what you do is you prime factorize 3025. 3025. Prime factorize. Is it divisible by 3? No, it is not. Is it divisible by 5? Yes. So 6, 0, 5. Next again. 5, 1, 2, 1. And 121 is divisible by 11. Which will give you again an 11 here. And again an 11 will give you a 1 here. So we have prime factorized 3025. So what we see here is therefore 3025. You will show this in your fair. Okay. You will not do this in your rough. You will show this in your fair as I have done. 3025 is written as 5 into 5 into 11 into 11. So what you see here is that 3025 has been expressed as a pair of product of equal primes. 5 and 5 are equal. 11 and 11 are equal. And the power here is 1. All powers are 1. So it has been expressed as a power of equal primes. Okay. So therefore, you can write this as 5 square into 11 square, which is equal to 5 into 11 whole square. So this number 3025 has been written as some power of 2. So this shows that we say this shows that 3025 is a square number or a perfect square. How to find out the square root we'll see later. But now we can say that this is a square number. Okay. And the last one, let me finish this one also. 1, 2 was 1, 1. I'll just give you some hints on 2 and then I'm sure you can do it yourself. 1784. You prime factorize 1784. 2, 8, 2, 9, 4, 4, 6. Yeah. 2, 2, 3. It's 2, 2, 3. 1784. Okay, so this one is 223. 223 is 223 divisible by 3? No, it is not divisible by 3.
No.
Okay. Is 223 divisible by any other number? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. By 7? No. By 8? No. By 9? No. So therefore, what I can say is 1784 can be written as, first of all, I take these two pairs. So I got one pair. But here 2 is left unpaired. There is no other 2, only a single 2. Also, this 223 is also left unpaired. Okay. So therefore, I say this shows that 1784 is not a perfect square. Or you can write square number. Okay.